While the couple didn't direct any criticism at specific royals, it has widely been assumed that some of their comments were directed at King Charles III, Prince William and Kate, Princess of Wales. Zoe Fawzy and Russell Myers, host of and regular guest on the Daily Mirror's Pod Save the King podcast, discussed the first volume of Harry Meghan on last week's episode. Talking about Harry's comments, Ms. Fawzy said, "He didn't directly say it was about William and Charles, but there's not really anyone else it could have been." Harry criticized the general treatment of women entering the royal family, saying it was through his mother that he learned about the pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, a comment interpreted as being about Kate. As Harry spoke, an image of the Princess of Wales flashed across the screen, accompanied by the headline, "Princess in Crisis." Later in the series, Meghan talks about her first meeting with Kate, a casual dinner at Kensington Palace. The Duchess' description has been described as particularly unfair, with Ms. Fawzy and Mr. Myers arguing it paints the Prince and Princess of Wales in an unfortunate light. Mr. Myers said, "Kate and William come in for pretty bruising encounters." Meghan talks about their first meeting saying, "I'm a hugger." Typically Americans, I suppose some Brits will say, are sort of over the top and emotional. He continued, "And William and Kate, as a representation of the British royal family, are very staid, have a stiff upper lip and that just went down like a lead balloon." So you get this whole concept of they, Harry and Meghan, are the really chilled out people who wanted to modernize the monarchy, and essentially that is quite true, but you can't just put a bulldozer through the centuries-old institution. You've got to respect some of the, mainly archaic, tones within it. I thought that was quite unfortunate with Kate and William because first do think they are quite warm people. Ms. Fawzy added, "This was, during, the early days of their relationship, and while they obviously, I'm assuming, hoped it would work out, they didn't know that they weren't going to break up 6 months later. They are used to this world of knowing that people sell stories. You've got to have your guard up, people have to earn your trust, and that can't have been a surprise." Mr. Myers continued, "I thought it was an unfair interpretation of the event because everybody probably did have their guard up, the fact that they're not all hugging, joking and laughing. But then to tarnish everyone by saying, I didn't think it would be so jarring, and the very fact that this lot are all the same, I thought it was pretty unfortunate, and it was like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. It just felt a bit personal to me."